Ryan and the Rhinos go to town against the Tigers.
The bookmakers now make Leeds favourites to win the grand final after this record-breaking rout of neighbours Castleford. The Rhinos scored an astonishing 14 tries, but there was no sign of the drubbing that followed early on in an even first quarter. Leeds took the lead on 11 minutes when Danny Maguire put Scott Donald over for 4-0, but Cass hit back almost immediately and took the initiative when the Rhinos' right side defence went AWOL, James Evans taking advantage of the wide open space to touch down. Joe Westerman's touchline conversion made it 6-4 to the Tigers. Enter Ryan Hall, and it was a stellar night and a stellar season for the young winger. He bagged 2 tries in 3 minutes, the first a dart from dummy half, and the second a touchline-hugging sprint after some slick handling at high pace from Leeds. Hall finished at high speed for a top try. Sinfield's successful conversion, his first of the night, made it 14-6. The Rhinos were starting to click now, and try number 4 wasn't long in coming as Brent Webb danced his way through the Tigers' defence from a scrum move. Cass, who'd lost their previous outing to Hull KR, were now starting to suffer, and Hall had a hat-trick to his name before the half-time siren, which came with the home side up 26 points to 6. The final first-half try owed much to a superb offload from Ali Lawatiti, Keith Senior with the assist. The Rhinos were off and running quickly at the start of the second half, on the board again within 4 minutes. Brent Webb went to the air and so did Lee Smith in spectacular style, climbing above the static Rangi Chase to grab Leeds' 6th try of the night. Chase immediately made up for failing to defend that situation by scoring himself, Ryan McGoldrick putting him over, and with 20 points between the teams and half an hour left, Cass was still just about in it. But by the end they'd been totally blown away. Kylie Luluai's rampaging run a real highlight, unless you're Ryan Hudson, who was flattened by the Samoan steamroller on the way to the try line. This win took Leeds level on points with St Helens at the top of the table. That is a really tight tussle, but the battle for top try scorer honours is now a one-horse race thanks to Ryan Hall, who ended the evening 8 ahead of his nearest rival, Pat Richards. Hall has developed a deadly eye for a try from absolutely anywhere, as this effort emphasised. Fair play to James Ford for chasing him down, but this was now very much a lost cause for Castleford, who fell apart in the final quarter. Hall's 90-metre effort, the first of 7 tries in the final 20 minutes. One of the biggest surprises was the fact that Danny Maguire failed to touch down. He'd done so in all his previous appearances against Cass. Mind you, he did put this try on a plate for Brent Webb after slicing through. And Keith Senior then did likewise for Rob Burrow. Initially, it seemed as though the centre was looking to give Ryan Hall another 4-pointer, but when there was no sign of the flying winger, Burrow did the job very nicely indeed. 56-12, Leeds going past 50 for the first time in Super League 14, but they were far from finished. Jamie Peacock next to join the party. Leeds had twice beaten the Tigers by 52 points in Super League and went past that record on 73 minutes, with Hall bagging his 5th of the night, the 3rd Leeds player to do so in Super League matches after Danny Maguire against Widnes and Ali Lawatiti against Wakefield. Hall hugging the touchline to collect Brent Webb's pass. His 25th of the season, Mike Ratu's first in a Rhinos shirt followed as Leeds moved the ball the entire width of the pitch, Ratu dummying over to make it 70 points to 12. To add insult to injury, the Tigers had Ryan McGoldrick sin-binned with a minute left, and Leeds scored again right on the siren. Ali Lawatiti the scorer, 76-12 the final score, and Cass must now pick themselves up for Sunday's live match against Wigan.
So what a night.